Hello everyone, this video is about Auguste's quick guide and his skill showcase. Hope you enjoy. First off, August's trait, Sword of Wrath. Applicable to all stars, Auguste ignores block. After initiating an active attack or entering standby, he gains 1 stack of Rage up to 6 stacks. Rage is a buff that increases his attack by 3% per stack, stacking up to 6 times. This effect cannot be immutized or dispelled. At 1 star, having 6 stacks of Rage after actively using a skill or basic attack, Auguste removes all stack and he can act again, gaining Rage Outburst 1 for 2 turns. Rage Outburst 1 is a buff that adds 40% of magical attack to physical attack. The changes to the previous stars. At 2 stars, he gains 2 stacks of Rage at the start of the battle. At 3 star, he gains Rage Outburst 2 and recovers 1 NRG. Rage Outburst 2 adds 70% of magical attack to physical attack. At 4 stars, Auguste gains 2 additional stacks of Rage at the start of the battle. At 5 star, he gains Rage Outburst 3 and recovers 2 NRG. Rage Outburst 3 gains additional armor piercing attack when he uses his attack. First off, Auguste's initial skill, Wrath Swift. Probably the most used skill for Auguste, as it can generate up to 3 stacks of Rage for its combo and deals high damage. The first instant skill, Wrath Swift, can be used with Flying Blade Arm Guard's instant attack, followed by Hassle, allowing a 2-star Auguste to gain Rage Outburst and use Wrath Snap in his act against state or in the first turn. This will end with Wrath Scorch in the next turn. For a 4-star Auguste, he can gain Rage Outburst by just using Wrath Swift followed by Wrath Snap, ending with Wrath Scorch all in one turn. Now for Auguste's rank 1 skills. On the left we have Crumbling Smash, on the right we have Knightly Spirit. Depending on the fight, Auguste may be best suited to equip a passive that helps with his damage, as he will be using Wrath Swift combo skills quite frequently. Crumbling Smash requires 3 NRG and is a situational skill that benefits more if and when the target has a shield. My personal preference will be the right, Knightly Spirit. Next, for Auguste's rank 3 skills, on the left we have Warm Touch, on the right we have Hassle. Both skills are very useful, but when you are first starting out with a 1 to 3 stars Auguste, Hassle has more benefits than Warm Touch. Even though Warm Touch can only be activated 1 time per round, its effect can be triggered in AoE scenario like using Rough Devastation on a group of enemies. My personal preference will be the right, Hassle. However, at higher stars, you can consider using a Castelia to get Warm Touch for more damage output. For rank 5 skills, on the left we have Strength Activation, on the right we have Contempt. Both are situational useful skills in their own way. I would consider Strength Activation to be better at lower stars, as the heals are usually used quite often throughout a fight. In addition, this skill activates with Warm Touch passive. Even though Auguste will be in the front lines, you wouldn't want him to get hit, especially by magical attacks. More often you will be using a tank like Coco that uses assisting cover. As such, Contempt may be redundant. However, when you have a well-built team, Contempt can be useful for Auguste to gain Rage Outburst frequently in a fight. Personal preference will be the left, Strength Activation. However, at higher stars, you can consider using a Castelia to get Contempt to trigger frequent Rage Outbursts. For his rank 7 skills, on the left we have Attack Command, on the right we have Tearing Whirlwind. Attack Command only affects other allies and not Auguste, thus it will not be useful for Auguste. Tearing Whirlwind on the other hand can afflict AoE no healing received, and this comes in handy in certain situations, battles or events where enemies may get healed a lot. However, both skills will rarely be used, as there are other better skills Auguste needs for his damage output usually. Personal preference will be the right, Tearing Whirlwind. For his rank 9 skills, on the left we have Charged Attack, on the right we have Extermination. Extermination is August's exclusive skills. However, it has very limited usage and only in certain situations you will be using this. Charge basic attack is a better choice as it increases the damage of the next skill used. Depending on how you gain rage outbursts, you can use charge attack to power up skills like Rough Scotch. Example for a 2-star Auguste, in the first turn you will be using Rough Swift plus Flying Blade Arm Guard instance, next Rough Snap that gives you 5 stacks of rage. In the second turn, you can use the basic attack Charged Attack that grants you Rage Outburst next, and followed by Rough Scotch that will gain the increased 15% damage. My personal preference will be the left Charge Attack for its basic attack. Lastly, for August's rank 11 skills, on the left we have Overlord's Roar, on the right we have Rough Devastation. Currently Overlord's Roar skill is exclusive to Auguste. Both skills have high NRG usage of 4. Unless you have an NRG battery unit or uses Flag of Convallaria tactic, it will be hard to spam these skills together with Rough Swift combo. For a general use, Rough Devastation is a better pick as it deals AoE damage. The skill syncs with Rage Outburst to inflict stuns debuff too. Depending on your playstyle, Overlord's Rage may be useful due to its high damage. As such, Castelia may be an option. Personal preference will be the right, Rough Devastation. This is the showcase for rank 11 skills. On the left we have Overlord's Roar, on the right we have Rough Devastation. For August's skill summary, for skills icon that are tagged with August's unit icon, those are my personal preference. And for rank 3 and 5, you can consider using a Castelia at higher stars. For his build and skill loadouts, these are the 3 builds that I use. The first one is a general use with AoE and shield for both single target and large AoE capabilities. And you have Hassle for rage generation with shield and damage reduction. For the second is Rough Swift with shield. This is when Auguste does not require a large AoE attack. This build enables a stronger Rough Swift combo attack. For the third build that I uses is a focused Rough Swift combo. This is when Auguste have no issue surviving with help of his teammates and are able to obtain buffs from his team. This focused attack build is good against instant kills or for huge damage output. And all Rough Swift combo skill is recommended for all builds as it deals good damage and generates rage. Hassle is if needed for gaining enough rage to get out rage outbursts in first turn, and if Auguste lacks survivability against physical attacks. Knightly Spirit is good for boosting all of Auguste's skills damage. For his equipment, the top choice of weapon for Auguste will be Fist Axe, as it increases the attack that affects both physical attack and magical attack. For the second will be Gale Sword. This is a new weapon from the event Night Crimson with seasonal rewards. Based on the stats, it should be a better weapon if you have good crits. It works well with Auguste as he's able to do multiple attacks in one turn. However, as this is a new weapon, this will require testing. The third one will be Tuning Hammer. It's a good general choice of weapon that increases physical attack and dispels buff from enemies. This can be effective in certain situations where enemies have a lot of buffs. For the fourth weapon, Hollow Axe, this is a decent weapon that provides some physical attack at the start of the battle. For Augustus, possible trinkets depending on situations. On the first one we have Flying Blade Arm Guard, which is a top choice trinket, as the instant attack allows Auguste to gain a stack of rage. If you have a 4-star trinket combined with happiness buff from Coco, Auguste can use it twice in a turn. The next is Roaring Flint, another top choice trinket. This is a rarer alternative of Flying Blade Arm Guard. Although it deals AoE damage, using it once only counts towards 1 stack of rage. For the third trinket will be the Origin Hourglass. This is an acceptable general use of Trinket that increases both physical and magical attack stats that benefits Auguste's damage. For Auguste's engravings and the possible resonance, the first one we have Sword plus 1. This is a top choice for Auguste as the increased attack affects both physical and magical attack. Since he will be in the front lines and is a melee unit, he will be moving across tiles often, thus this engraving serves him well. For the next will be Sword plus Cup, a general use of engraving that provides minor damage and lifesteal. This is useful if you find yourself having trouble keeping Auguste alive in the front lines. The stats that you are looking for in the engraving will be physical attack, followed by magical attack. Next, for the equipment for Auguste's tarots, the first one will be the Magician. This is a top choice tarot for Auguste as the increased damage affects all of his skills damage types, melee and AoE. The second will be Temptation of the Devil, another top choice tarot that gives Auguste huge boost in attack stats for both physical and magical attack, and this is useful in fights where there are a lot of enemies. The third one will be Verdict of Justice that increases your crit by 15%. This is useful in a damage focused build, especially when paired with raid order tactics. That's it for Auguste's quick guide and skill showcase. Thanks for watching.